your cup. Living life with F&D, we won't give up. Spill your coffee, hey, that's okay. We'll laugh it off and seize the day. Sip happens, but we're alright. With Sarah's mug, we'll win the fight. Science stories, laughs and fun. Morning chats for everyone. So take a sip, don't spill the brew. Join the chat, it's made for you.
Hello everyone, good morning. Let's get you all situated here. Hello, welcome. Sorry I'm starting an hour early, ish. My eye is driving me crazy. As you can see, there's something right there that's all messed up, and then I took a shower this morning and rubbed it too hard, and kind of in that moment of not wanting to, I don't know, I was trying to dab it and then I forgot that I was dabbing it, and then mistake. So hopefully, I mean, my eye is not that red, so, but I don't want to mess with it, and, you know, if it's like a tear, and then make it worse. So I'm gonna use whatever voice I left. I had to do a little speech thing for my old high school teacher, who's still teaching after 20 some plus years. So, anywho, welcome. I hope everybody's doing well. Almost got one of my paintings done, so I'm gonna give it a couple more weeks, see if I need to tweak anything else, and then I will be sending it to its new owner. What is everybody up to today? Yesterday Mo was on she needed more sleep or something, but, and then today she thought it was Monday instead of Thursday, so now I'm thinking that it's Monday, as well, so. Anywho, well, do I want to show this yet? I've got my receipts. Got my receipts to, about 2 years ago. Yeah. So they refused to, they basically cut and paste, you know. I don't know. It's just, now that I have it and have been reading over it, I'm like annoyed that I requested, you know, services and they legitimately refuse to provide, services. Like, okay, let me show this. Do I want to do that? No, I want to do. No, that doesn't make sense. Let me go back here. No, that I don't know how I'm gonna. Hang on, I'm having a boomer moment. Oh my gosh. Such a boomer. Hang on. Do 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 do. That's not gonna let me show video screen. Anyways, I was gonna show share. Oh wait, here. Duh. We're gonna have a duh moment. Sorry if that catches on to anybody trying to get. That's not gonna. That's not what I want. Well, I'll show it to you guys later. Anyways. So, going to the eye doctor today. Yeah. I just want to make sure because guess who's an artist who has to use her eyeballs now? See, now if I was a massage therapist, I would not really care so much, but and to this is my strabismus eye anyways, my lazy eye, and I honestly feel like I see mostly out of this eye anyways. I kind of would care less, but I still somewhat see out of this eye, so it's never ending. So when I was doing rehab for this F&D stuff, they could care less, that you need to use your hands in massage therapy, and I just remember, save my hands. All I wanted, because I had contractures in the sand, I didn't care about walking, I didn't care about, just save this hand, and now I do this to my eye somehow, some way. I don't know if it was because I maybe took a Epsom salt bath and got Epsom salt in there. Now, I'd been messing with sand for a couple weeks ago for an art project. So, could I have, gotten sand in my eye? I'm gonna have to get myself some ski goggle glasses or welder, at this point to protect my eyes. Yeah. But at the same time, half this their business. This is probably a good idea to reduce this squint line. That's part of getting old and squinting at you guys, So, and then this issue. And I rub this eye all the time because I'm always tired, and this eye goes out all the time when it's tired. So, I don't know. Or it could just been me just rubbing my eye, scratch my eye, half asleep. So, I've been doing good, not touching it and screwing with it, but it itches, and that's probably a sign that it's got, a little bit of an infection. So, try to get glasses, and I told him, let's just focus on this issue, and then we'll focus on glasses next. And I think that will help my art, new art career. I say new art career, but once you're an artist, you're always an artist. So I think I'm doing this early to reduce the anxiety. Yeah, I had to print out, allergies to all the psych drug medication, allergy. Let's see here. Is there any medication for anxiety that I can take? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drugs for hypnotic type drugs. I probably have heard of maybe 3 or 4 of them, maybe. Do I feel comfortable with, taking stuff anymore these days? Not really. So I would probably take that. Let's see here. Should I give them this, paperwork? 3 papers that explain what I'm allergic to? Or severe, moderate? Or should I, let them tell me, oh, we can prescribe X, Y, and Z, and see what they say, and then be like, here you go. Can't take it, because I guarantee they're going to, although I thought trazodone was hypnotic. I don't know, but I can't take it. Can't do Xanax. So can't do Ambien, even though I kind of know what it does to me, so I'd be okay, just, temporarily. Anyways, those are like the common ones that they would be like, hey, here's some anxiety stuff, but to help your anxiety. So this is making me anxious, like my eyes, anything to do with my eyes, my mouth, or now being a girl, yeah, so trying to chill out as naturally as possible. If they want me to do X, Y, and Z for a procedure, be like, I don't know. It's so hard. White coat anxiety or PTSD exists. It's a thing. And they did not help. This whole thing 2 years ago does not help. So, anywho, trying to stay calm, distract myself. If they So hopefully it's not scratched. I hope it's not worse than it's because when I went to the dentist, I have to be medicated for the dentist because I have severe anxiety, and that stems from a dentist yelling at me when I was 13 or 14 or somewhere around there, yelling at me to stop crying. And I was like, I can feel the drill. Stop. I can feel the drill. And that dentist kept yelling at me to stop crying, and when she should have just okay, let's give you something. I don't respond very well with Novocaine either. They have to numb me to the point where they actually say, we cannot numb you anymore. I have to be like literally out. Hello, Yvonne. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, I am so tired of healthcare. I am so tired. There's not enough coffee. So, how is your morning? Can you see? You'll probably have to zoom in. But at the brighter side, you know, try to reduce my 40-year-old. I really honestly can't. Now that I did this Zoom thing with my old high school teacher, I feel really old now. Poor thing. I think she felt old when I said, yeah, I was in her high school class in 1999. 25 years ago, 26 years ago, give or take. That's a long time. Yeah, I'll definitely get a detention for even saying that. Oh, it was fun though. Kind of nerve-wracking. I couldn't hear the kids. Plus, it was in another town. Can't drive. So that just kind of at least I did it and talked about, you know, different things. 45 minutes goes way too fast, you guys. It just seems like 2 years, 25 years just went by way too fast. And it seems like online it goes faster too. So, what are you guys up to this morning? We're almost to the weekend. Week is flying by. Thanks to Mo, she still thinks or thought it was Monday, but it's Thursday. Poor girl. She yesterday I think she needed more sleep and but that was fun listening to her talking about, you know, the 6 feral kids and the hubby. Oh. So, I need to get more people on here. Let's see, we need to get back on track with Bipolar General. So we need to talk to him. J-Mac, I need to get with you. Anna, we need to reschedule. Get with you. Most importantly, who else? There's a few others that I would like to get on their show. Or just come on here and talk for however long you want. Oh my goodness. Anywho, I don't know what this world is coming to. Sometimes I'm like, am I dissociating? Am I dreaming? Maybe it's a blessing. Maybe then I need to just disconnect. I don't know. Glad that I'm disconnected, dissociating. Because it feels like, still feels like a dream, like, since August of 20, well, it happened according to, this stuff. I finally found what they gave me, I think. Although it didn't seem like that medication, even if it was IV. That was a really bad adverse reaction to if it was legitimately this medication. Having seizures, And ever since then, I have felt dissociative, dreamlike state ever since they gave me that. Ever since. I don't know if it's because it still haunts me, or like I still have anxiety from it, or panic attacks from it, or night terrors from it. I don't know. But the fact that, oh yeah, it's for you, and the doctor didn't even see me that day. The fact that they verified it over the phone instead of the doctor coming in and verifying it, face to face. And then to tell my family members that I was just having anxiety. That's pretty scary. You being alone. Because if my family members were there, I don't think this would have happened. Now, it's not that my family members' fault that they weren't there. Just to think that a hospital can ship you 3 hours away from family who could help you. Now, I'm not saying it's not, my family members' fault at all, for not being there or anything like that. It is what it is. But just remember, if you are in the hospital, make sure your at least one family member that can, help you with your medical stuff, because you are technically discombobulated. Kid asked what is that word? Discombobulated. So I taught a new word for the day. So, one of my favorite words, I think. Anyhow, so I appreciate you guys being here. Trying to stay low, cool as a cucumber. Probably until I go in there, and I hope I don't have an episode today. White coat. Having white coat anxiety. I don't know. It's you can only do so much on the phone. Maybe I'll take a book or something, my art book in color or something. I mean, I don't feel like there's anything, maybe a little blurry today because instead of blotting my eyes, I decided to rub my eye with the towel after taking a shower. So, I want to say thank you to my roommate, for, she, and I were talking this morning, letting her know that I was going to be going live and, was going to do some stuff for, high school or middle school kids, and she was like, yeah, you are very talented, showing off my painting. Actually, I should show you guys. Let me put you on a brief hold. Put you on a hold. Let me put you on a hold. Dude.
Woke up slow like a sleepy sloth. My body's heavy but I shake it off. Riding these waves, yeah, they knock me down, but I'm still here, won't let it drown me. They said it's all in my head, but I know my truth instead. Gaslit, mistreated, neglected, yet another quack playing power games. Fuck them, yet I rise with every time. Surfing life with F&D. Might fall, but I get back on my feet. Consistency and resilience, stronger now. The difference, yeah, I fight through the pain like sunshine after the rain. Coffee chats with Sarah keep me sane. Finding joy beyond the pain. Been through fire, yeah, I know the cost, but I ain't broken, just transformed, not lost. Seasoned, but I'm still aware, don't touch me, just leave me there, please. I know my body, let me be, please. Just ride the wave, then I'll break free. That sleepy slow's got coffee now. Zippy energy, look at me now. Through the fog, through the fight, still standing tall, still shining bright. sunshine after the rain. Coffee chats with Sarah keep me sane. Finding joy beyond the pain. Been through fire, yeah, I know the cost. But I ain't broken, just transformed, not lost. Yeah, I fight through the pain. I'm seasoned, but I'm still aware. Don't touch me, just leave me there, please. I know my body, let me be, please. Just ride the wave, then I'll break free. Then I'll break free. That sleepy sloth's got coffee now. Sip the energy, look at me now. Through the fog, through the fight, still standing tall, still shining bright.
What up? Oh my goodness. I love that song. I was helping somebody yesterday or Tuesday. She was like, I got something stuck in my head. I need to get it out of my head. And I was like, let me put some other music on and get you started with a different song. Anyways, this is what I've done. As you can see, I did kind of a crocheting. It's 3D. So, if you have not been to Joe Schmo's channel, he does a lot of criminal stuff, which I need to get on his channel. Let's get on my channel. You need not a sticker, you get a nice painting on here. You can tell that I watch too much YouTube. Yeah, imitate other people. Yeah. I got a problem. Yeah, YouTube addiction. But that is okie dokie. But when you can't do stuff, sometimes I think it takes a village of people to help you manage, I guess. But I don't know what I'm saying. Talking out of my, rear sometimes. But anywho, I think I'm over the anxiety of having to do the speech for these kids, which I just let it roll. Hopefully I made an impact on them. I talked about bullying, starting businesses. The oldest massage therapist, who is no longer living, but she was 98 in the UK, who did massage therapy. And then there's like a girl named Michaela that started her first entrepreneurship at the age of 4, which she had to been, very, very mature for her age. Like I know one of my nephews who's going to school for music and all the theater and stuff like that. Was it him that? No, it was his brothers that I guess they learned to do contracts with each other. And I know those kids, they wouldn't do anything without a contract after that. But it was so funny. I think it was him though. That wrote out a contract with his brother to clean something, and then I don't know. So yeah, which is funny. It's funny what kids can do, and like I started my first business at the age of 10, thanks to my siblings having 10 nieces and nephews. And now I have 5 great nieces and nephews. Pretty awesome. Hello. Yep, it was just a one-time gig, and I'm sure she'll reach out to me again, for next year or whatever. I love kids, and I wish I could have kids of my own. And I've voiced that many a times before. And I need to reload that somehow. I honestly don't really understand Patreon on how to load stuff and then get paid, convert it into a paying gig. I am a little bit of a boomer for that, so if anybody knows how to load my stuff on there, who knows? But I used to work, help with Girl Scouts, Vacation Bible School. That was always fun when I was in high school. And I babysat. I had about 100 families that I would kind of babysit, and most of them were either from nieces and nephews, neighbors and stuff, or their friends. And then majority of them were from church, and Vacation Bible School was and the nursery was the way to go on getting families. And so I did that all through high school, had probably about 2 summer gigs in high school where I would nanny and 1 or 2 kids. Since I couldn't really drive, I didn't drive until I was about 18, so that makes it really difficult, having a job and can't drive, but that is okay. And the state that I was in was pretty harsh on their, learning. And then having medical issues, back then, I wanted to be safe, and so did my parents. So, anywho, oh, Yvonne, I'm so sorry. take it easy. Just lurk, listen to my butt talking about whatever. Anywho, I think I'm over the anxiety of talking to the kids this morning. Now I focus on going to the eye doctor today. I don't want to go. I don't really want to go, but I want to make sure, if I'm gonna be an artist for the rest of my life, the rest of my entire life, I gotta make sure my eyes are working. Although, there is an artist, now I gotta look this up, but she does acrylic. Let's see here. Acrylic painting artist. No, that's not who I'm looking for. Artist, painter. She on the... I don't see her on here. There is the blind woodworker. He's phenomenal. Like, he makes these bowls that are... I want one. So if you ever want to give me a Christmas gift, I want a bowl. I want a bowl for, like, I don't know, jewelry. Although I don't really do much jewelry. I'll probably just earrings. Maybe a bowl for like cell phone or keys or cell phone, little odds and ends. I want one. Let me find him. His name is John Furnace, which is actually kind of hilarious. In a way, because there's my family will understand this story, but anyways, let me find it here. Here we go. He's phenomenal. Let's share screen. And Annie, she's so sweet, and she's an artist herself. And they do all sorts of... She does a little bit of 3D art. I don't know how I came across them, but John is blind and he does woodworking. He's so cool. So if you ever want to read a good book, check him out. furnacestudios.com. That is fur, like, dog fur. FURNISS, and then studios with an S.com, and you can get his book. So, and he talks about, his blindness and doing woodwork and all sorts of stuff. So go check them out and let them know that I sent you their direction. So I thought that would be fun to look at. But I want a bowl, and you can probably tell them to reach out to me for the address and stuff. So I need to get a P.O. box. Resituated. Maybe I need to do that today. Now the problem is getting them. I would have to get one of my family members to go get the stuff. Because they won't deliver. You have to pick it up. And that's the other thing. United Healthcare, they have problems too. And that's another story for another time, but UPS, you need to reconfigure your website, first of all, to make it a little bit more accessible. And two, you need to make it so elderly and just people with disabilities, they can have their stuff delivered or picked up to be delivered. Your shipping label thing needs to be reconfigured. That cost me, a headache because my printer was not working, and you can get a shipping label mailed to you, but here's the problem. My mail takes anywhere from 1 week up to the most is probably a month to 2 months at the most to get my receive, and I think we've got it figured out. I've reported it now, but man, shipping or receiving any mail takes freaking forever. I don't know. They've investigated it on it. I don't know. But if you print out, or if you have a certain amount, a lot of time to print out your little label. Now, if you print or you have it mailed to you, it automatically locks you out because it thinks you already have one coming. But here's the thing. They said that they don't mail that. You have to pick it up at the post office. And the post office carrier does not bring it with them when they come and pick it up, your package. So that was like a week ordeal trying to get a package delivered to New York. So yeah, and so that was a headache. But at least I got it there. They investigated, and I put my 2 cents or 25 cents or $1,000,000 into why this is another thing that disability, accessibility is an afterthought. It's another afterthought every time. So, So I'm gonna try it again. Welcome, whoever's popping in, lurking, welcome. I see ya. Now you guys are probably saying you're working too hard and trying to, but these shouldn't be afterthoughts. These free people with disabilities. This also impacts like elderly people that can't drive and they want to gift their loved ones with a care package. Well, they can't even do that, So, I don't know, it's just annoying little things. It drives me crazy that I can't drive. Maybe one day, and I haven't had much of an episode except that minor thing a few weeks ago where I thought I was gonna have an episode. But I haven't really had much of an episode now that I've tapered off Cymbalta and this paperwork. I've been, Cymbalta. So, anyhow, most of my symptoms, I think they just throw where did I go? That was weird. That was weird. Disappeared for a minute. So anywho, where was I? I don't know. They just see, after watching a lot of Dr. Joseph, a lot of the Gaslight Truth podcasts, seeing all these people have very similar stories. I think healthcare just throws people under the bus. And it's all about profit. And we're just gonna give them, we can't figure anything out with you. even though most of my symptoms were legit. Seizures, paralysis, dissociation, all that. A lot of protracted withdrawal symptoms. And now that I've ignore my spot there. Now that I've weaned off, taper, titrate, whatever you want to call it, off of these meds, not really having any seizures, not having much anxiety, not having much depression, just like, just, there's a difference between, sad versus depressed. I also have documents about, my wonderful stay, which caused me to have all these symptoms, and so I have that paperwork too. And I wish I could pull up this picture, which I'll probably do tomorrow or whenever. The important thing is at least I do once a week, because it does take a lot of time, energy, to do YouTube. I honestly don't know how any of you YouTubers out there that do this daily, I don't get it. It takes, and I might be venturing, be venturing to do another YouTube channel, where I do more of the art, because Squid, if you follow her, she is correct. There's a lot of hoops and hurdles, and algorithms doesn't like, you discombobulate. I like that word, apparently. And I think I'm doing too much on this channel, so I'll eventually share that later down the line, and then I'll probably separate the kind of the massage, kind of the exercise, neuromuscular, my profession type stuff. And then just keep this like Sarah's gossip for the day. Sarah's whatever, channel about F&D. I'm always gonna support you if you have epilepsy. This will be kind of an epilepsy awareness with F&D, protracted withdrawal, whatever, mental health. Because it needs to get out there, this bullshit, to be honest, this stuff that happened to me should never happen to somebody, you know. So I'm gonna advocate for, you know, and continue. And then this might drift off because I think I'm getting to the point where retelling my story. I'm still, I don't know if I need a break from it, or I don't know. And yeah, I think that's what I was also experiencing with Cymbalta. Because I would get dry eye, and then, like, it was like a weird sensation where I get ready to go to sleep, and, like, I felt like I was drifting, but it was just like my eyes just like it was the weirdest sensation. And then Cymbalta also, I noticed, like, when I was painting, and this only happened a few times, give or take, where I felt like the image was coming off the page, and that has calmed down. That was the weirdest sensation. So I had to take a break from even painting. These jugs. Let's see here. Now, I have what I call it, the motherfucker gene mutation. Lucky me. I get the weird crap. So, let me see here. There are only 3. Now, I have put a couple of these other drugs that I've taken in the past on my moderate to severe interaction. I will be honest with that. Like, because I don't remember the side effects, or it was because I was polydrugged on different, other psychiatry medication and had an adverse reaction, and I don't know. It's better to just put it on the allergy list, at this point. I do have a note of those drugs that I honestly don't know. They have no interaction according to this, but if I ever find myself to get on medication ever again, and most of the shit in your life does not need medication. So, unless you are, now I'm not saying, I know I've seen, there are some people that, you might be schizophrenic, or, you might need some medication. I'm not gonna judge you. If you feel like you need medication, I just think if we can pass this bill that I want to create a bill So if you can go to my petition and sign that petition, I think there's a goal, like, if I get 10, and then I think there's like this step program, I don't know. It says that I only need 10 to get to the next goal. I don't know. Anything helps. Obviously, if you don't agree with whatever I wrote, that's your prerogative. But we need more testing. Now, I'm not saying, take away the whole mental health, because I know there are people out there that need the help, okay? And along with informed consent, which is the black box warnings, I think people should be genetically tested. And if you don't agree with that, I think it helps with the informed consent. I think it helps with, reducing these issues with protracted withdrawal, which are shitty. Nothing like laying there and getting akathisia with half of your body being paralyzed to a bed. That's shitty. And nobody to help you to walk, and it was just so. And I know that there's going to be people out there, genetic testing, I don't want my genetic. That's a disaster waiting to happen. But if you need mental health, and you need medication for a little bit, to cope with whatever is going on in your life, and, these drugs are also very, very addictive, and they have adverse reactions like protracted withdrawal. Anyways, so, there might be one or two, let's see here, 1, 2, 2, is that on there? There might be 2 that I know of, maybe 1 or 2 that I know the names, but I had already put them on my moderate to severe because I just don't remember. And then, but antidepressants, whatever is left, I don't know anything about them. So that kind of gives me the head start of, I don't know the name of them, I've never heard of them, so I'm not depressed. Take vitamin D. Hypnotics, let's see here, do I know? I probably know about 3 of them, maybe. And so I can only take 3, but I don't know antidepressants. I don't know anything about them. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 out of 7 hypnotics. Let me make sure that I didn't put anything. Maybe I do know. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. I would have to look at my other written thing, but now they test you for about 65-ish type drugs, and then how your genetics work with those. Now, antipsychotics, there's only one that I know of out of the 3, or no, 5 of them. Maybe another one, but now did I put any in the... I don't think I put any in the allergy meds. Oh, wait. That's confusing. I have it also in the allergy, so I might go back and look at this. This might be edited. I don't know what I did there, but we're gonna just say 3. There's only one that I know of and was recommended to take. And then there's only 2 mood stabilizers that I can take, and I've been on the one. But here's the thing. The mood stabilizer is also a seizure medication. And after looking it up, they don't really, the FDA does not support this as the mood stabilizer. Nor do I think that this anti-seizure medication does anything but cause mood instability, which is, yeah. So, and then the other is another seizure medication that I know of, and the funny thing is also there are no stimulants that I can take. And you would think that having deficiency or where you want to sleep all the time, your mitochondrial is all messed up, you would think that there would be a stimulant but that you could take to help with your energy. And then there's a non-stimulant that I could take, but it's just interesting. All of this is nerdy for me, and So maybe I'll explain this a little bit better later down the line and find that picture that I want to show you guys. But oh, and then the other research that I've done, a lot of these medications, these psych medications, also impact your B12. Yeah. And it's funny that I talk about metabolic stuff, and then now the algorithms are, you know, all these people with Dr. Joseph and then Gaslight Truth and all these people that are coming out are, you know, talking about their energy, and it's just funny how it makes you think that, you know, computers listening to you talk. So we'll talk about that later down the line. I think Simpleton gave me a lot more headaches. I would complain about the migraines. Oh, and then I just find it amusing that these psych doctors did not look at my health history, did not recommend you know that they did not look at these health history. This psych hospital is the one where they recommended that I do the genetic testing. Back in 2018, when I was first like, okay, I need to like improve my mental health, and oh, it looks like you're allergic to most of the medications that like Benadryl, allergy medication. Yeah, those drugs in psych are very similar to Benadryl. So that's how she explained it, give or take. I'm not gonna. But anytime that I take these drugs, very, very similar reaction to Benadryl or codeine or whatever. So, but this is proof that they recommended this, but then they did not look at my health history. They did not look at the previous genetic tests. It was just copy and paste. Yeah. And then at the rehab hospital, if they had provided me mental health services and said, okay, we need to take you off this because obviously this is causing maybe your paralysis and stroke-like symptoms. Yeah. Things would have probably been prevented. Instead of the 3 days or 7 days, or, I anticipated about 7 to 10 days. Medication, okay, needs to be adjusted. You're sensitive to medication. That's the other thing. The doctor laughed at me when I said I am highly sensitive to medication. I need to microdose. Shame on you. Shame on you. Laughed me off, sent me on my way in 2 minutes. Although he was, doing other stuff. Like talking to insurance, or talking about another patient's recording another patient's something that he forgot. On his little recorder. So I'm sitting there like, okay, is it my turn yet? You need to take medication like a grown up. I think that's what he said. Oh, you're a grown up. We don't do microdosing. And then three days, 3 days turned into 3 weeks. 3 weeks turned into almost 3 months, give or take. In and out, lose my home. It's just, and shame on the attorney that told me that my disability case was too complicated. You could have saved me a lot of time and stress and seizures and you said, okay, you have a genetic test. Let's look at your health history. Well, it looks like you were recommended, or the doctor that took me under his wing over Zoom or whatever telehealth system, never saw him in person. He could have saved me a lot of headache too by your case is too complicated. You've already been here before. Let's send you to the hospital instead, because this is too acute for your complex condition. I would have still had my car. I would have still... The nurse for 45 minutes should have intervened and be like, let's be on the safe side. Your blood pressure's shitty. Or when they gave me seizure medication to suppress my appetite, Not for headaches, not for seizures. But then 20 minutes in, I have convulsive type seizures. I'm on the floor, flailing around. And you know what? They joke that, oh, you need to walk, and in order to discharge, you need to walk. Who fucking does that? Like, most nurses would be like, wheel you to the van, assist you, into the van. Not, okay, we rolled you to the entrance, now you need to walk. A 5-minute, 2-minute walk to the van literally felt like it was a lifetime. And then see, every time I talk about this part of the story, we upset my brain. But people are gonna be like, maybe you don't need to talk about it anymore, but at the same time, I don't want to suppress it. Suppressing will blow up in the future. The only way to move forward is talking about it, and then I think I am already doing my own self EMDR in this by talking about it and then talking about something and then going back and talking about it. So I'm naturally doing EMDR or whatever, but I think there's some I don't know. And then there's like this music stuff. I need to venture into it, but I've heard, mixed reviews that it causes more issues with complex PTSD and FD and or just in general, if you're not ready to talk about it. I don't know. So anywho, but I don't want to suppress it and then it be a major flare, whatever, in the future. So whatever. I honestly think this could have all been prevented. I'll say that over and over and over and over and over until somebody is like, and dragging somebody, forcing somebody to ambulate when they have paralysis, whether it's temporary or it has reoccurred or re-manifest. That was just wrong. And just wrong. Just unnecessary, unethical, inhumane, whatever you want to call it. Just stroll them to the fucking van. And then you tell them, oh, we made a mistake discharging you. You can either go back in or go to your destination, wherever that was going to be. I was like, I want out. Fucking out of here. I don't want anything to do with this place ever again. And you know what this has done for me? How dangerous because I could take one of these medications, be given one of these medications that I'm allergic to, that are dangerous, that cause mania, psychosis, where I don't have the concept when in a psychosis where I can call 911, where I should probably, before I get on this rant, psychosis is, pretty scary. Because you have no concept. And the only time I have psychosis is when I am on these drugs that I'm allergic to. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I thought it was maybe, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, but 18, 18 drugs that I can take out of the 60 some. But back to what I was saying, this is what they did, failed to do. It was gaslighting, abuse, negligent, malpractice, unethical, inhumane, to the point where I don't trust doctors anymore. I don't trust therapists anymore. I don't trust the healthcare system anymore. So, if I have to be super, 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 super careful of what medication or over the counter I can take. Super careful. I don't even want to go through that again. Nobody ever should have gone through what I've gone through. Like, you can tell it in my voice that I'm kind of anxious about going seeing the eye doctor. Because I don't know what to take for anxiety. And then that's going to lead into an episode. Because I'm going to get all worked up, anxiety-wise. They're going to poke and prod in my eyeballs, which, anything in my face. Because I've had, dental trauma. I have to be kind of doped up to basically I will take, actually, I don't have, maybe I'll wait, but I have a weighted blanket. Maybe I should take that with me. I know that they're gonna just like, okay, you gotta scratch eyeball, and then schedule out the procedure, but and I know that they're gonna be like, well, we can't, sedate you or whatever. It'd make my life a lot easier, and I don't know. Like the dentist, when I have to, the last time I got my dental work, which I need to go get dental work, I think he prescribed me trazodone, which makes a lot of sense that I was sedated, or somewhat sedated, but it's on my allergy list, and no wonder I was hallucinating about my teeth falling out. And felt like I still had gunk in my mouth, and it was awful. So I don't know. I think I'll be fine. I've gone through worse. So having PTSD, going through more trauma does not make you stronger. It actually makes it worse, more and more trauma that you go through. But I'll get through it. I don't know. It's just, it needs to be done. Hopefully they have anxiety reducing gimmicks and gadgets and gizmos where it makes it less, and they're not like old school, and put on these goggles, and then we can see instead of I don't know. Or maybe I need to just, look up and see. Sorry, I'm fidgeting. maybe invest in looking at this clinic. They said that I was a candidate. It's up in Minnesota, I do believe. Maybe going up there and just like, I know I'm a lot better, but I think there's quite a bit of residual PTSD, F&D, whatever you want to call it, issues that I need to get over. Do I need therapy still? I don't know. Do I need to try EMDR by a professional? I don't know. The only way to try it is, and I've also heard, like, you have to be kind of ready for it to manage whatever trauma. So, and I think these are also, side effects of trauma and PTSD too, that are like preventing me from seeking out these issues. A little bit of it is also, I don't know where to go, I need to research. I don't know. Some of it's stalling. I don't know. Some of it's like am I ready for, to try it, or have I plateaued, do I need to, like, just go for it? I don't know. It's just hard decisions. Some of it's also financial. This has left me, can't work. Or, well, I shouldn't say I can't work anymore, because I'm doing YouTube, I'm painting, and talking to the city about Metrobus. So that the Metrobus, speaking of it, they wanted to talk to me when I went to the city. They filled me in on the typical, this is different entity, blah blah blah, yada yada. So I am hoping with my entrepreneur self that I can maybe turn this into a side hustle. I have not ridden all the buses yet. And I concluded that I needed to start small and ask for, at least the bus stops, to put one halfway or move it down or whatever, add one right here on my street. they do need to move the shelter one across the street, closer to the street. But at the same time, I'm like, they probably figured out that that was the safety engineering issue. That's why they installed it, further down. But at the same time, they need to realize that people with disabilities, they can't always walk that far. And so, yeah, I'm like, okay, start small. Asking too much at one time. So gonna try to make it a side hustle. Paid. Definitely. We'll see. And more and less, it gives me something to do, and it's still in the F&D disability advocacy, but it also branches me out a little bit, not so much centered on my stuff. It's more in general for everybody, advocating for everybody. So I think it gives me a little bit of a break from my own personal stuff. So hopefully that comes, to something, maybe, possibly. That's my dream, is, making my town best place. If you're a senior, have a disability, elderly, or autism, sensory, I don't know, whatever. We've got 2 hospitals, like I've said. I don't know if they talked about a 3rd hospital. But anyways, they've the little itty bitty airport with the school, or the university, is open to the public. So I don't know. I see potential, and maybe I can get back into massage, not full time, or more managing. My dream has always been massage therapy, and I'm good at it, and I would have to just be the manager or the owner or whatever, founder, and then maybe making this the town to go to if you have F&D. I don't know. But then at the same time, I'm like, I need a vacation, I need a break, I need move away for a little bit, maybe start somewhere new, or a better location, I don't know. And GPT has said, Tennessee, North Carolina, couple Western, like Washington. I think they even said Oregon, or there's no way in hell I would, move to Arizona. I could agree with Mo in the deep end on that one. It's hotter than Satan's butt, isn't it? Or I don't know, butthole. I don't know. Probably misquoting her on that one, but that's my take. I would not move there. Especially if you have seizures. But then there's humidity in the South, which is ugly if you have seizures too, and heat intolerances, which I have a problem with, and being of the age of menopause. Yeah. So I don't know. But Chat GPT, North Carolina, I don't think I want to do North Carolina. Tennessee, more tornado weather, humidity. Now, like, there's a town that my family used to stop at, but it's literally halfway between family, like in all directions. Like, that if I were to have problems ever again with F&D or whatever the fuck this is, they wouldn't have to, be burdened with coming to get me and, stay with them for a while. But it's also halfway I could see more family, which I love and miss, and missing out on, great niece and nephews. So a lot to think about, and but at the same time, I'm like, I really like my town too, because everybody knows everybody, but we're not all up in anybody's business. But then there's like, if I start somewhere new, I don't know anybody unless, somebody said, hey, I know that you need a break, come live with us for a little bit. And I'd move wherever in that case. So it's just, and it's harder when you are in your 40s. But that at the same time, I don't have kids, so that makes it a little bit easier to not uproot, loved ones' lives. And then again, also I've moved. I told these kids earlier this morning that I've moved about 30 times. I know some of you in military, you'll say that's nothing, but it is. So, and starting over is hard. Now if I moved, consistency would be major key, but like Asheville was the one place. I love Asheville though. That Chat GPT said massage and being an artist, but at the same time, you're going off computer AI, so I don't know. So it's just like, it's a hard decision. It's hard being an adult. Flash fan! Yay! Sorry, everybody, Yvonne. I'm sorry. I love you, Yvonne. Oh, I've been ranting and raving. Sarah drama. Flash fan, I think I cut my eyeball. Laceration. It hurts. It doesn't hurt like muscle pain, but mostly itchy, and so yeah, I'm dealing with anxiety. I go to the eye doctor. Yeah. So I'm gonna go to the eye doctor today. Hopefully, knock on wood, I don't have an episode because I'm having anxiety. So anyhow, oh, I know, I'm extreme. Oh, Yvonne, I love you. I love you too. And whoever else is on your... Why isn't this working? Work. There we go. I love you guys. Oh. How have you been? Seems like you've been busy. So, anywho, what sounds good to eat? Might do breakfast here in a little bit. That sounds good. I don't know. Flash fan, every time I see, I think of breakfast food. I think yeah, I bet that's keeping you busy. So anywho, so we'll share sometime next week. I will share that picture. We'll go through. And you know what is funny? They sent me another document that was like literally 3 pages, and I was like, what the F? You were to send me the whole 300 and some page document on how you could have prevented me from experiencing PTSD, white coat PTSD. So, a lot of copy and paste in this document. A lot of copy and paste. Oh, I haven't been here either. I've been kind of slacking on YouTube. I did this to my eye. That's been making me not feel well. Being a girl. What else? Dog sitting, babysitting, 2-year-old, babysitting 2-year-olds who turned out to be my PTs, kicking my butt, because the nearly 1-year-old was crawling around, but it was at that phase where they want to pull up on everything, but they don't have the stamina, so you had to be right there with them, scooting on the floor, and then dog sitting, and so I kind of needed a break from YouTube too. I was like kind of losing my grasp on it. I guess you would say needed to reevaluate what direction I wanted to go, and maybe doing too much with my 3 areas of focus, and now I'm like venturing like Squid, trying to do 2 channels now, maybe, possibly, because Squid, you have, you're smart, don't ever let anybody tell you different, but kind of following you a little bit, so yep, we all need a mental break at some point. And talking about this F&D over and 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 over again is, exhausting, draining. So, but it also needs to be done, because you don't want to, your mental health is important. You don't want to, suppress it. And then, so, and the nice thing about YouTube, you can do it whenever you want. So, yeah, you guys will be there whenever I am there doing my thing, doing my jig, jig, whatever I'm trying to say. Maybe you guys help me lose my voice. Maybe I don't need to talk to the doctor. Be like, need an interpreter. Oh my goodness. But I am losing it. My appointment is in transportation. So much better with insurance. And I say that, knock on wood. Luckily, these people kind of know my situation. I'm like, you guys can have my contact information. I don't understand why this transportation, they're not allowed to have your contact information, but you would think. Now, you treat your company or your vendors as independent contractors. But you're telling me that their employees because they can't have, so their policies are a little screwy. So welcome, whoever is lurking. I see number 3. So yeah. This girl knows about business and entrepreneurship and all those things. So yeah. So anywho, so my favorite driver will be picking me up today. So kudos to them. Might see if they'll let me stop and get a pop on the way home. Usually I understand if they're busy, that day or whatever. Because this girl needs a pop. Diet Coke, or cherry Coke Zero. I know. Diet Coke is horrible. Whatever. I look at it this way. If you smoke, no judgment. A Diet Coke is just like a cigarette for me. No judgment, please. No judgment. Especially going to see the doctor, eye doctor, getting poked and prodded and lights in my face. I know that I'm pretty sure we're gonna have maybe a little bit of a anxiety producing F&D attack. But I already told him when I called to put it in my notes, no ambulance. I'm gonna deny it. No. Oh, Lord, no. No. Just my favorite driver, who I always joke about, with him. Oh, what is the movie? Kevin! I always yell Kevin. What is the movie? Drawing a blank. No, I do not. Oh, there you go. Thank you. I yell at him every time if he's ever late. It makes me wait. I yell Kevin. So yeah, Home Alone. What a good movie. And then the other driver reminds me of the 50 First Dates, the chef. I forget his name too. But yeah, now he's always late and he always drives me crazy. And yeah. But they're a good, solid, family-owned company, Christian-based. They work hard. So I don't think they care about the rules with the transportation. And they do a good job. I will say that. But otherwise, I would have been like, and I think part of the problem is the company through the insurance is the problem. Lack of communication and having all these protocols and bullshit. That's the problem. The other companies, the other vendors, I don't particularly like because the drivers get it a little too personal. Like I will I'll tell you whatever, it's pretty kind of lonely when you can't drive and I can't work, and so I'll talk. I'll entrepreneur myself if that's a thing. So I don't know what I'm saying with that, but I'll pretty much talk to anybody, and if there's somebody that needs help or a referral, you never know. Oh yeah, speaking of which, it's funny how I derail. So the other day I went to a friend's open house, used Lyft, and again, thank you to those that have been helping me with Lyft funds. It makes a world of difference instead of trying to calculate how many steps and going to anywhere on the bus, since they've changed the bus route. The Flash Van, they've cut the city bus or Metro bus or whatever $750,000, and they've cut some of the bus routes. They've changed the bus routes to you used to have to go all the way on the west side of town, which made no fucking sense. Excuse my French. To the bus station, then you would have to take the bus, next bus to the east side of town. Now they've got connectors, so I can go to the east side of town. Yeah, it still does not make sense to take 3 buses to the doctors or the hospital or whatever. But I am kind of working with the city and the bus system, so hopefully, cross your fingers, cross your toes, cross your legs, that I can turn this into maybe a side hustle gig where hey, is this accessible? Does this make sense? Yada yada. yeah, so I'm working on it. So start small. Requesting to have at least my bus stop have a seat to sit on. It's either that or get a job with them and have them pay for a mobility device. The girl's gonna try to figure something out, where I can make some money and work and get out. Worst case scenario, free transportation services, I mean, it's almost there. Like, now, like, access requires me to pay $2. Now that I'm certifying somebody with disability, which I'm gonna change that. I have plans. Like, I think anybody should be, I don't know. I know it's a liability. I know it's, they need a record of, okay, you got health issues and you need to go to the doctor or whatever, but anyways, I'm gonna try to make it into something. Either that or just go move somewhere else. Now that it's gonna snow, in the next few months. Like, I don't want to deal with the snow. But, I don't know. Anyways, the person that I live with, my roommate also has disability. And, so I'm trying to, somebody with a prosthetic, walking in the snow. She's had, issues with transportation, getting all up in arms because the shelter is a long distance in the snow, ice, prosthetic, yeah, it can be dangerous. And then the driver getting mad at her, like, the stop is over here. But, wearing jeans and you can't really tell, they deal with that. With me, anything far distance is like, okay, how many stops is it? I think it's a quarter of a mile to walk to that stop over here. And then the other stop does not have a seat. So it's just like, and like, I need to walk. I know. With this disorder, I don't think I'm making an excuse. I don't think you can, like, walk and work yourself up to that. I've lost, muscle in 2 years, which is 20 years down the tubes. I don't think you can, because I've tried, working myself up. I tried, quarter of a mile. I've tried, you know, I've gotten up to a mile, but it doesn't make any difference. I still have malaise, post-exertional malaise that can last for days or hours or whatever my body seems to want to do. I am taking multivitamin, my Groons. I didn't show you my Groons today. So trying that. Groons is a lot better. It's a lot more fun because they're little gummy bears. No, they're not CBD gummy bears, although they look like it. But they lack in some vitamins, so I've switched back and forth between Groons and AG1. I'm still trying that. But I think I like the Groons much better. So doing that, I don't think it's making much of a difference. Maybe, I don't know. I keep going back and forth on my energy with the B12 vitamins, which I'm deficient in, and methylfolate does not work right, so I have to take that. So I've been doing that, but I don't notice a real difference on my energy, because if you do your science and you research, you only get a certain amount, and then your body excretes, pees out, whatever it doesn't need. So, anywho, doing all that, but I am doing better at the same time. So, yeah, transportation is not pleasant with having a disability. And I want to work. I want to get out there. I want to socialize. That's where I was going with this. The Lyft driver, we just casually talked. She was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I was yada yada. Got here sooner or whatever, or I was going to be late or whatever. Had to drop off this, this person or whatever. Whatever. And we got on the disability. She actually made me mad. Like, I don't know how we even got on this subject, or she just really made me mad. I was like trying to stop talking. I don't want to hear it, people with disabilities, it was very ableistic it was making me upset. So, and then I kind of freaked out a little bit, but then I gave him the benefit of the doubt. This Lyft driver probably got, zapped because of it. Because he had either a rental or whatever. The car did not match. The license plate did not match. And if you are an Uber or Lyft driver, do not drive a rental car. Do not drive a new vehicle until your information is legally switched. The picture did match. I did take pictures of the license plate. I did take a picture of the car. And he didn't speak any English. He was insisting on putting my walker in the vehicle because I was like, do I want to try to take the bus on the way home to save money? And so I shouldn't have taken the ride. Yeah, I know my family is going to be all freaking out, but, and you guys are all freaking out because I decided to take the ride. So, because I wanted to be there for my friend, but, yeah, I would have text somebody as well. I'm taking Lyft, and it's kind of sketchy. The other thing is, if you ride for Uber or Lyft, don't insist on getting out. Put your window down. Say, do you need assistance? Do you need me to put it in the trunk? Sure. No. So that kind of made me sketchy, with him getting out of the vehicle to put my walker in. So don't insist on helping. We will let you know, whether it's via text, or we say, no, I don't need help. Don't get out of your vehicle. Maybe a person with disability and a walker, yeah. I know I shouldn't have taken that ride, but, so, and then the next Uber or Lyft made me mad. I don't know. People mean well, I know, but at the same time, I think it was along the lines that, I wouldn't wish that on anybody, or, I don't know what I would do if I had a disability, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It was just one of those conversations where shut you down. Let's move on to a new subject. And don't take away the mobility aid. God, I think that drives me crazy. Like, it can compact. Because let's say I get in an accident with you and you put it in the back, trunk, and, I get seriously hurt, but, mentally I could have been like, oh, I have my walker, blah, 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 and, had stability if I broke my leg, I don't know. It's just one of those things where you don't take the mobility aid, you don't take away the service dog, you don't mess with those. So yeah, my eye is like driving me crazy. Good Lord, I've been on here for 2.5 hours. What did I do? I've done that twice now. I don't know. Sorry, guys. Yeah, and then I think Kevin also took some time off because being in kind of the medical aspect of, driving, had to take some time off, so because I was like kind of mad that nobody knew kind of where he was for quite a while. It seemed like a good 3 or more weeks that I didn't have him for a driver. So he's one of my favorites. And then the two others are really good too. So when the third one got hired on, I made it a point, like, he's a good driver. He's driven for Uber, Lyft. He's gonna, be a good one. And I will get mad if you let him leave. I just need to win the Powerball and hire somebody personally to just drive me around, because it is actually nice that I don't have a car payment. I don't have to deal with the maintenance. I don't have to have, anger management to drive, anxiety. Although some people's driving, gives me anxiety or makes me kind of motion sickness. And you know who you are. And you are watching the relay. Yep, I'm gonna just win the Powerball. But I'll be frugal and really stingent. Live like I'm homeless. Very, especially after talking to, I think they're seventh or eighth graders this morning. So I wish it would have been better. I wish I could have gone to the classroom, be more involved. They could hear me, but I couldn't hear them. So that was kind of the downfall this morning. But at least I did what I needed to do and got her done. Got over the anxiety. And it's weird. I don't have any anxiety talking to you guys. I just no, it was actually my high school teacher wanted me to speak, needed speakers at some point, and just talk about life, motivation, get a job. So hopefully I did motivate them somehow, some way. I'm gonna be interested on how I can improve, or for next time. So yeah, I do need more Uber and Lyft money. So if anybody wants to send me Uber or Lyft money, I would greatly appreciate it, because I want to go see my dad. And then for Thanksgiving, and then I've got this play. But here's the thing. I was planning to go see my dad for a couple days, Thanksgiving, whatever. We're not really gonna probably do much, but other than Cracker Barrel. And then go see this play, and then come back to my dad's, and then back down. But now that's all discombobulated, because in order to do that, I would have to either take Uber or Lyft to Chicago and then go over, which I can't drive, and my dad's getting to the age where he can't drive, and definitely driving to Chicago is not a good idea. So if anybody can help me with that, that would be great. Yeah, Uber or Super Chats would be great right now. We are now at 136 subscribers. Yay. So thank you to whoever is doing that. I don't know how I got up there. That was actually kind of funny. You know how I had that dream of 1,035, and now I have 136. So we're getting there. We're getting there. And it doesn't really help that I took a middle break, but that's all right. We'll get there. Super chats would help, but since we're not getting super chats yet, definitely do the QR codes, take a picture of them. You can send me cash app money that way. It helps. So hopefully some of you out there will send me some Uber chat, Uber or Lyft money so I can go for Thanksgiving. And usually that trip would be, I think it's 26-ish for the trip up there, and then for me to Uber or Lyft to Chicago and over, that is about $25, and then one way, so that would be about 50. So 50 up there, 50, and then yeah, so it should probably be about $100 to do what I need to do. Go see family, hang out, chill out, make them crazy, which is always fun, making your family crazy. Yeah. That's if I win the Powerball. We need to just make me viral. Oh. I would give back if I won quite a bit. If I won the Powerball. I was listening a long time ago to this attorney he deals with, people that win the Powerball and what to do, and so that was interesting. And everybody wants to be in your business. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know. Flash Van, you would be my security guard. I'd hire you. Oh, absolutely not. Do not, if you are in no position whatsoever to help, and I appreciate you wanting to help, but absolutely, that is not my goal. Is, if you cannot help, do not help me. Do not, you are in no position to help in no way, shape, or form. Do not help. I appreciate it, though. I do really honestly appreciate. But you do you, and I do me, and somebody, that I honestly do not like grifting. If you cannot tell, it just goes beyond my. It just honestly, yeah. So I might need to rethink on how to grift properly. Maybe I need to just maybe I need to just stop grifting, asking, or even remotely saying what I need. But at the same time, people kind of need to know how to help you, or what your random acts of kindness, love language is what I'm trying to say. What is your love language? Maybe we need to say, my love language is, random acts of kindness, or, is the way to help me, or, and then I'll just, over here, post on here, and then do my little, doodads on, cryoderm. Cryoderm is also a good way to help me financially. So little ads here and there, and just knock it off with. It's so hard because people need to know, how they can help you. And I just need to, but then you get into, I don't know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for 3 hours, so, and transportation will be here in about a half hour, and I need to eat. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for letting me jib jab job. And obviously I start saying goodbye and somebody pops in. Gets me all revved up. It's eating time. Time to eat. It's past lunchtime, actually. So thank you. Please do follow Joe Schmo. Let's see here. I'll put it on the comments down below later. But go follow him. I'm doing this for him. So it is almost done. I'm so happy. I do keep my artwork for about an extra 2 weeks to just make sure I like everything on it and it doesn't need tweaks, and then I sign it and then it's ready to go. So I'm this is becoming the new trend for me, is black and white photos. So I actually had an Uber and Lyft, and that's the fun part about, that's the better part about riding with Lyft and Uber, because people see your artwork and get interested. Whereas if I'm riding on public transportation, people won't really see it and won't really talk about it. So, yeah, go see Joe Schmo. He talks all sorts of criminal mind. he's pretty fun dude. And so go check him out. I'm hoping that maybe in the near future I will be on his channel talking about this stuff. Hopefully. Yeah, I'm tired. Hopefully this goes well. Yeah, cookies, something. I need cookies. Breakfast for dinner or breakfast for lunch. Brenner, as somebody introduced me to Brenner. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah, I think that sounds really good right now. Pancakes, turkey sausage. I don't think I have turkey sausage. Potatoes. Scrambled eggs. Yeah, I think that sounds really good right now. Don't you agree? Yeah, y'all are gonna go make some breakfast for dinner. We ain't going there, bacon boy. Okay, guys. I love you guys. Thank you again for... And we did a morning session, afternoon session, so it's morning somewhere around the world, so. Alright, guys. Have a good night, good day, good evening. Go live on your animals. And I will see you on the next one. Just remember, life does get better. Consistency, stability, consistency turns into stability, or I don't know. I'm losing it. Bye.
Well, that's a wrap. The coffee's done, but our fight's just begun. We power strong like warriors do, living life with F&D and you. Sip happens, but we'll survive. We serious chats, we'll always thrive. Stay fit, stay bold, keep pushing through. The next show's coming just for you.
Remember, warriors, coffee fuels the soul, but your strength powers the fight.